Well, welcome back to the Steve Rob Show. Today we're doing a little more voltage drop testing. I've got my meter here. I got this little bypass connector, and this is the Bostitch nail gun. Now this nail gun has to be run off this compressor this summer. So I thought, hey, why not just try it and see the same as the table saw test and see what kind of readings we get, because I really don't want to have to buy another compressor for the amount of times that I'm going to be using it. And I thought, hey, I'll bring this up north, and if it'll run off that generator, then that's just top notch. So what I'm going to do is do the same similar tests I did before on the table saw. Now the table saw is 4 horse, 15 amps. I'll show you what this one here says, and we'll see what kind of readings we get, because you know what? When this starts up, I believe this is going to be harder of a start, because it's an air compressor and there's a lot of friction and actually starting the unit up. I believe it's a lot better than a oil compressor, but let's take a look and I'll show you this compressor first. Okay, to start off, we have no pressure inside the tank. I took all the air pressure out of the tank, and I'll bring you over to the side here, and there's one of the tags right there. So it's 15 amps. And where's the other tag here? Yeah, this little tag, I don't know if you're going to see that or not. See, that's 2008. So I've had this that long. And we're going to see how this thing runs and how much of a voltage drop I'm going to get off of this. And let's see if you think the generator will run it. Now what I'll do first is I'll just show you the table saw. Okay, so here's the table saw. Now it is 4 horse. Now I don't know if it's going to show in here or not. But yeah, I don't know if it's going to focus in. But you could see there, it's the same thing, 15 amps. Now it's amazing how this is 15 amps. And over on the air compressor, it's 15 amps. Tag on the air compressor says 1.6 horsepower. And the table saw is 4. So let's take a look at the readings here. We'll start her up, and as you could see, I got the same cord. So you got to use the same cord to do the same test. And one thing I like about this nail gun is it stands up on its own. Guys, I've been playing with this and it's just fantastic. I went and got a whole bunch of more nails, and this is just a gem to fire. So let's get down to the testing. Well, here's the setup right here as before. I've got my leads into the splitter, and we're going to zoom in now, and we'll zoom in on the screen so you can take a look and see at the readings as I turn the air compressor on. And let's take a look. Wow! Now, when I don't know if it looks like that at your end. I haven't reviewed anything, but it didn't hardly move. Nothing really happened. So let's charge the tank up, and let's see what it starts like when the tank is already full of air and has, I guess you would call it deadhead pressure when you're starting it up. I don't know. Let's take a look. I've never tested this before. Well, there's the off and on switch down the bottom, the red lever. It's in the off position now. And I've only charged the tank up to less than 100 pounds on the tank, and the valve is set at 100 psi for the outlet pressure. So let's do the same test. I'll start it up when we do have air in the tank and see if that does make any of the difference. Well, here we are here. I've reset the screen. Let's take a look and see what it's like when there's actual pressure in the tank and it has to start up with the pressure in the tank. Maybe that makes a difference. Let's take a look. Well, what do you think? After reviewing the footage, I was surprised that it only went down to a low of around 110 volts. Big difference between this and the saw. This here, the running voltage was roughly the same. A little bit of a difference when you have the compressor already full of air, as it has to actually start pumping. But I was surprised that it did not take a lot. And for this, that's what was it, 1.6 horsepower? Yeah, this is gonna be no problem for that generator to run. And I'm glad that I tested it first before, you know, you actually try to go up there and use something and find out that no, it won't run it. So I just thought I'd try this again, and a lot of people like the last testing procedure. So thanks very much for joining in. If you haven't seen this channel before, you're welcome to subscribe. And I may do some more of this in the future too, just on some of the stuff that I have around here that when I do take it up north, I like to test it first before I actually use it. So thanks again for dropping in. Come back again, guys. Let's have some more fun. Bye now.